This will be our first ever coaches interview, so you are getting paid. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Coach Henkel from the soccer team joins us here tonight. This past week, Coach, 2-0 lost to Lake. I was at that game. I thought it was a well-played game. I don't know a lot about soccer, I'll admit that. But I thought the girls played pretty well.
Yeah, you're right. The girls did play well. Lake has a really good competitive team. Last year we had beat them 2-0, and they basically had the exact same team back from last year. So they had a little bit more experience, a little more talent. And we're kind of young, but we just got to learn to finish a little bit.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about the makeup of the team. I know you got some young girls out there, got a few older girls kind of mixed in.
Yeah, we have on our back line, we're running usually 2 freshmen and maybe 1 sophomore, and then we rotate a couple of seniors out in that area. And our goalie is a junior, Amelia Henderhand. She's a 3-year starter. And then our defensive mid is usually a senior or a sophomore or a freshman. So, you know, we're just kind of mixed all over the place. Where a lot of teams we play mostly are junior, senior.
Yeah, and usually most sports success you see the teams that have the upperclassmen ready to go.
Right.
And so you get some of those young girls out there, kind of build a little bit. But I've been told, and again, I don't know a lot about soccer. I hear your goal is really, really good.
Yes, Amelia's, she's ranked number 1 in the state.
That's awesome.
And she's being highly recruited by a lot of Division I schools, Purdue being one of them. So we're hoping that she'll be able to find where she wants to go.
Awesome. So last night, girls come out down 3-1 at halftime to Elliott, right?
Correct.
And talk about a little bit about the second half.
Second half, we started out quick. We scored a quick goal right there in the first half. And at halftime, we made a couple of changes, and we needed to get behind the defense. So we come up with some different strategy with them because they were fast through the middle. And then we came out and we ended up scoring, you know, making it a 3-3 game. And then ended up tying 4-4. We did miss a couple opportunities. I mean, we should have won the game. We did miss a couple in the first half that we should have capitalized on, but unfortunately we didn't do that.
So a little bit about the season so far. We've talked about those 2 games. Any other games throughout the year so far that have been good wins or close losses for the girls, anything?
Yeah, the first game of the season, we tied Stowe Monroe Falls 0-0. Stowe has an outstanding program. And then we went to Rocky River and Avon Lake. And Avon Lake, even though we lost 2-0, I felt that was probably the best game we ever played. That was probably the best team I've ever seen. But the girls hung tough, and it just seems like we played to our competition level a little bit. Sometimes if it's not so good, we tend to go down a little bit. If it's really good, the girls are up for it, which is where we're at right now, because we do play one of the toughest schedules right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, a lot of people are finding out throughout our program here that independent can be a little tough at times, and you play who you play. But one of the challenges always with young kids is getting them to play consistent across the board.
That is true, and I think sometimes with the team being as young as it is, and I'm not using it as an excuse, of course, and they're trying to find their jive with the other girls on the team, which it's starting to come together now, but it's, you know, getting later in the season. But I think it will help us in the tournament.
So you guys, what, about halfway through the season now?
We're halfway through right now.
Okay.
That's correct.
And so tournaments, obviously there's no league tournament for us. Everything's is it just state tournaments then?
Yeah, it's just everybody's in the tournament, and of course it's one and done, but you know, you go through that draw, and now we're in a super district.
Okay.
So we're in with a lot of heavy hitters, you know, and we're Division I program. So usually if we get through the first round, we usually play somebody like Jackson.
Okay.
So
yeah. we've lived that in our house with the volleyball program as well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So big game coming up against Hoover on Monday. What's Hoover like this year?
Hoover had a little bit of a down year. They do play a tough schedule. Obviously, the Federal League is fairly tight. They had won 1 game so far, but they've been in all of their games, and we look to be very competitive against them. Last year it was a 4-3. They beat us 4-3 last year, and we were in the game the entire time. And I look for us to be a little more successful this year.
Any other big games coming up on the schedule? Anything at home? What senior night will be towards the end of the year?
Yeah, senior night is August 4th against Alliance. Alliance has a pretty decent team this year. That's one of the few EBC teams that we are able to play.
Okay.
And we're looking forward to that game and our game against Central a week from Saturday.
Okay. So a week from Saturday, is that home here?
That is home
here
that
at
is correct,
Louisville?
at 1 o'clock. Yes.
So if you're looking for something to do, check out Leopard Nation's website. Coach Jared does a great job with all the programs. We talk about him. If you need to schedule, go to his website. Take a look at that. Find yourself a soccer game. Come out and watch. Like I said, I was there Saturday. Thought the girls played great. Exciting game to watch. Fast paced. Tell us a little bit about some of the girls that are the freshmen, sophomores who are kind of growing and building here into your program.
Well, Lola Lucas is a freshman, and she's got good speed and a good touch on the ball. We got to get her consistency up a little bit, but she's doing very well. And Reese Klein, who's actually starting on the back line next to, at sometimes it's Fallon Van Zant, but lately it's been Morgan Maley because we moved Fallon Van Zant up to the top.
Okay.
So Peyton Allen is another one that's a good midfielder. Reagan Beery, Alyssa Lingenhole, all those girls have been together, and over the next year or two, that our team's just going to continually get better.
Do those girls, again, not being familiar with soccer, those girls play together in the summer, or how does the summer program for Louisville soccer work?
So summer program, obviously, what we do is we start in June, and they train all year round. So once our no contact day is over in November,
Right.
We're back in the weight room, and then a lot of girls will play indoor. Some girls play other sports.
Yep.
But a lot of girls will stay with the indoor and play all the way up through spring. And my keeper plays on a club team, and she'll just continue with that. And I just do the strength jobs, until we get into June 1.
So there you have it. Update on girls soccer. I want to thank Coach Henkel for coming out tonight, joining us here in the Leopard Lair. Once again, if you guys get an opportunity to stop out, check out a soccer match. Coach, thanks for joining us tonight.
No, thank you. I appreciate you.
Yep.